Okay. Here we are back again with more Dragon Age Inquisition. And I just spent the past 40 minutes or so clearing out a few more quests. Actually, I've only spent maybe 20 minutes clearing out quests, and then I spent 20 minutes doing inventory management and like crafting stuff for all of my various companions and getting everybody up to snuff. So what I'll do now is make a quick cut and just show you a few little highlights of me running around, clearing out a few more quests in the hinterlands, and then we'll bring you right back. So, Corporal
You've done
Vale.
amazing work out here.
Yeah, I have.
Thanks to you, these refugees are safe, with warm clothes and food in their bellies. The Inquisition might be able to make use of them. If you had a mind to.
What are my options?
What are you suggesting?
We could ask the best and brightest to join the Inquisition. They would serve well. Just as easy to put them to work, or look at the whole thing as an act of charity.
The Inquisition can always use skilled volunteers.
Anybody who joined up now would be loyal for life.
These people have been through a lot. They could use a little charity.
Let's see. Refugees will spread tales of the Inquisition's work for gain in power. I don't need power. They can bring in gold. Refugees will bring in coin for an immediate gold reward. I also am not hurting for money. Capable volunteers will join the Inquisition as new agents. This sounds good to me. Let's recruit the skilled.
Some of these people have skills that can help the Inquisition. See if any of them want to volunteer.
I'm sure we'll get some good recruits out of it. I'll go now and set things up with the refugees. But thank you again. These people are alive because of you. None of us will forget that.
Well, I'm glad I could help. Hey. Is this a strange woman in a pond giving out swords? Ooh. A Warlord Greatsword. That's some nice stuff for Iron Bull, potentially. It does about the same damage, but it does AoE damage as opposed to single target damage. You can try it. And this Belt of Urgency would be good for him too. Cool. I believe that is Lord Wolseley. Hey.
Lord Wolseley, I presume? A young man named Jimmy would very much like you to return home. Ah, good.
So he's returning home. Alright, cool. What's this? A letter found on a corpse. She told us right and proper, son. 3 times around the crown statue, right hand close enough to brush the stone itself, and the spirits will listen. Everything else has been done. We slipped a silver to the chantry to save grandfather's body from the burning, and he's buried close by. 3 times around, always turning right, and the spirits will bring him back to us. Go now and don't be afraid. That doesn't sound like a very good idea. Which of course means that I should do it. I'm gonna have everybody hold. 1. Oh, come on, guys. 2. Three. Aha. There we go. Good job. Good job, guys. Ooh, Crystal Grace. My fave.
Defense is up ahead. Somebody's ready for a fight.
Well, I'm glad you're excited about that, Iron Bull. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Actually, I'm gonna have you go boom into him. Just boom. And I'm gonna have you use a grappling chain on this guy. Alright, now... Alright. Okay. Ah, I see. Not okay. There we go. All done.
You know, Seeker, I really like hitting things.
So I'd gathered.
I knew you'd understand.
This would be a good place to set up camp.
Let's look around.
I think Blackwall would have liked to have been here for this.
Whoops. Forgot about that. I was planning that so nicely, too. I was going to have him along for all of them. It's alright. That's alright. Alright. Let's read this inscription here. Senna, beloved, may your ashes be gathered by Falondin and carried safely after all the long years you carried me. Alright, let's put some flowers there. Hopefully, Senna will appreciate that.
The Grey Warden Alistair grew up at Redcliffe. He used to play in the fields outside this very village. No man needs statues so great as those whose remnants lie toppled in these hills. These statues come from ancient dreams of blood and bone, lost to the memory of man. Be wary of them.
Alright, thank you.
Good day. What do you need?
Hello, sir.
I do not suppose you found my Senna's shrine. I know it is a long way to go.
Yes.
I cleaned Senna's shrine and placed the flowers. May her ashes be gathered by Falondine and carried safely.
After all the long years she carried me, thank you. You do a foolish old man too much kindness. Thank you, friend. May your Inquisition do as much good for the land as you have done for me.
Excellent.
We'll see. May it be with you.
One-eyed Jimmy.
Lord Wolseley came back! He says you convinced him. Here, for all your trouble.
Thank you. And there he is over there. Why he's doing that, I don't know, but there he is. Alright.
Heard you found something that had to do with wardens. Would have liked to have seen it. I've been meaning to thank you. There are 100 things that need your attention. You didn't have to take the time to help me, and yet you did.
It was a good cause.
The history you pursue benefits the Wardens, then it was worth it.
You've proven yourself to be an honorable woman. Principled. I've great admiration for you, and I've never been more certain in my decision to join you.
Well, yeah, we'll do better.
There will be opportunities for us to do even more in the future.
Then I look forward to it.
Alright.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Okay, so that was all the fun we had in the Hinterlands. And I think now it's time to go to the war room, I think. And consider our options for our next move. I could do a little bit more questing around in the Hinterlands, the Storm Coast, whatnot, before doing the next main mission. But I'm going to go ahead and do the next main mission because doing the next main mission is going to, spoiler alert, it's going to get me another companion, potentially. So I want to go ahead and do that.
These truths the Maker has revealed to me.
So let's go to the war room and see, what we've got going here. I think some of my operations might be finishing up as well. Yeah, choose successor and leads. Okay, so Commander Cullen, it would be an honor to serve the Inquisition and prove the mettle of the Orlesian Chevaliers by doing the Maker's work. I accept your generous offer wholeheartedly and will arrive in good time with those men loyal to me. It will be my privilege to order the Inquisition's troops into holy battle against those who would threaten the order of the Empire. In the Maker's grace, Lord Jean Gaspard of Lead. Okay, so Jean Gaspard has been removed from the succession. Red Jenny says drop and grab. The papers we received from Sarah's friends document a lord's sabotage of a rival's marriage. Quite the scandalous affair. Very useful in plying our influence. Wonderful. Let's see what we've got over here. The Secrets of Andraste. Alright, the runes, yes, that we found in the tunnels underneath the temple. Interestingly, the runes are Alamari in origin, belonging to the tribes that inhabited Ferelden almost 1,000 years ago. What is of greater interest, however, is that none of the runes translate intelligibly, meaning it is all in code. According to the translators, a reference to the Guardian also indicates an island off the northern coast. Most curious. I will continue translation efforts in the hope we can narrow this down further. Okay. You do that. Liliana, I'm going to assign my people again. So let's finish this. Choose successor of and leads. With Jean Gaspard removed from play, Carolina or Monette will almost certainly be the next Duchess of Leeds. As the struggle intensifies, Carolina has sent agents to cause a scandal, judging that Monette does not have the skill to avoid such snares. Monette has relied upon Mother Renette, her mentor in the Chantry, for advice upon how to strengthen her claim to the duchy, and the revered mother, in an attempt to protect Monette, has sent mercenaries to threaten Carolina's life. So I think we want Carolina to become the next Duchess of Leeds, so we want to remove Monette. So Liliana is asking us to remove Carolina, I believe. Yeah, Carolina has overplayed her hand by giving her agents so much information. I can turn that on her and leave her reputation in tatters. Cullen says our troops can easily stop the mercenaries, and Carolina's plan should put her into position to be the next Duchess. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do that so that Carolina will become the Duchess. Let's see. Investigate the strange chalk markings. Excerpts from Rector's reports. Do you know this sign? A triangle, point down, 2 wavy lines through it. A lookout spotted it in chalk on a ruined wall close to one of our outposts. A cursory inquiry into the symbol has revealed nothing. Archivists are still looking. Argent thinks she saw the symbol, or something very like it, scrawled in a ledger that belonged to the Comtesse de Bayard. A sweep was done, as you ordered. Almost every outpost of ours has been marked in this manner. Many believe we are being watched. To what end, we do not know. Josephine's suggestion is I could follow up on Argent's lead. The Comtesse de Bayard is reclusive and has remained steadfastly neutral in all matters, but I'm certain I can find some way to gain her cooperation. Liliana says, what about a decoy outpost set up near a trade route and watched carefully? If someone decides to take out their piece of chalk, we'll have them. I think Liliana's plan sounds like the more expedient way to figure out what's going on here. So let's have Liliana do that. The Chantry remains. The confrontation with Mother Havar in the Val Royaux market had the desired effect, to a point. The Chantry's condemnation of the Inquisition was lost amid a flurry of speculation over the actions of Lord Seeker Lucius, as well as a divide in the opinions of the remaining Chantry clerics. There are, however, clerics still loudly denouncing the Herald of Andraste. The Inquisition could leave them to their speeches, but dealing with them before the Chantry elects a new divine could be of benefit. Josephine says, a delicate hand is needed. We should focus on clerics who can be swayed, make their voices louder than those who oppose us. Liliana says, these clerics were not at the conclave for a reason. They all have secrets and weaknesses we should exploit. And Cullen says, we should send a contingent of Inquisition soldiers to the Grand Cathedral. They can offer protection, and their visibility will remind the clerics they are not out of our reach. So an implied threat, outright blackmail, or just sort of encouraging the people who are on our side. I think probably let's just encourage the people who are on our side. I don't want to... I kind of agree with Josephine that I kind of want to take a delicate hand with the Chantry here. I don't want to do anything with the Chantry that could be construed as overtly threatening. Because I think it is in our best interest to make sure that we don't play into what the Chantry, what some of the Chantry clerics want to seem to claim about me, the Herald of Andraste, as being heretical or being anti-Chantry or being a challenge to the Chantry in some way. I want to make sure that there is no basis in fact for that, right? So that if they can keep making those claims if they want, but there should be no basis in fact for any of them. So I think it's probably a good idea to go ahead and do what Josephine says here.
At your service.
Okay, so all of my guys are assigned now, and I think it is time to make a final decision as to whether to go to the Templars or the Mages. Like I said, I could do a little more on the Storm Coast or in the Hinterlands if I wanted before doing this, but I think I might as well just go ahead and do this, and then I can do more Storm Coast stuff and whatnot later. So, okay. We have to make a decision here. You can't do both, right? you can do Champions of the Just. If you choose the Templars, it will make it impossible to work with the mages. Or in Hushed Whispers, choosing the mages will make it impossible to work with the Templars. We have to pick one. I think for sort of as an in-universe reasoning for this, the idea is that the minute we pick one group, the other group is going to absolutely refuse to have anything to do with us, right? The mages and the Templars are already butting heads. They're at war with each other. There's absolutely no way we can approach both. So we've got to, especially when it comes to closing the breach, we're going to have to pick one and stick with it. There are potentially compelling reasons for going with each one. Of course, our main priority here is closing the breach. And either one of these groups could theoretically do that, right? The mages can toss more magic at it, more power. The Templars can cut it off, right? Theoretically, either way would work. But that is the number one priority right now, right? At least in theory, it's not necessarily about saying, I agree with the Templars or I agree with the mages. It's literally about who do I think would be the most expedient in closing the breach. Of course, politics can and do potentially come into play as well. Nadia Trevelyan is a mage from the Circle at Ostwick. So she has experience with magic. She also has experience with Templars. And I have said already that I think most of her experiences with Templars have not been bad. I don't know that she's necessarily super good friends with a bunch of Templars, but she certainly has family members who are Templars, and family members who are members of the who are, in the Chantry. So I mean, she could potentially be interested in going either way. In terms of the actual situation of each group, both are really weird and suspicious. We know a little bit more about what the mages are doing because we went to Redcliffe Village and we talked to them a little bit. We really don't have much information about the Templars. So all we know about the Templars is that they're being led by Lord Seeker Lucius, and the Lord Seeker is acting, according to Cassandra, extremely out of character. So something is up with the Templars. Cassandra is very concerned about what is going on there. They have abandoned the Chantry, they have abandoned Orlais, and they have hunkered down at Therenfall Redoubt. And so in order to figure out what's going on, I would have to confront them with a delegation of nobles from Ferelden and Orlais, to coerce them into talking to me and trying to figure out what is going on with them. They are openly hostile to the Inquisition. The mages, on the other hand, have weirdly made an allegiance with the Tevinter Magister, who apparently fiddled with time magic in order to make it possible for him to meet me, the Inquisitor, not the Inquisitor yet, but I will be, in order to meet the Herald of Andraste. So unlike the Templars, the mages, represented officially by Magister Alexius, are openly welcoming to me. It is clearly meant to lower my guard, make me feel comfortable. It's probably a trap. They probably want to kill me. Alexius and his cultist friends probably want to kill me. The rebel mages are fine, so the rebel mages have indentured themselves to this magister who has joined a weird cult called the Venatori that is obsessed with the Herald of Andraste and probably wants to kill me. So the Templars are openly hostile and would need to be persuaded by a bunch of nobles to even talk to me. But something is going on with them, something weird. The mages, Alexius, something weird is also going on with the mages, right? Alexius is far more overtly welcoming. He's calling me friend. He wants to talk. He's, happy to broker this agreement or whatever. It's clearly a trap, and he wants to kill me. So those are my options. Nadia Trevelyan, I think it's probably a foregone conclusion right now that she's going to go with the mages, if only because she does know that, she knows the mages can close the breach. She also, as a mage, she is invested in helping them, and she's also extremely concerned about the situation with Alexius. This alliance is something that she thinks absolutely needs to, she absolutely need to put a stop to this. The Templars are openly hostile. She has no idea what would be going on there. And while she is concerned about that situation, Templars being hostile to her is that's a given, right? She's a mage. Templars are hostile to her. So, I think at this point, she's saying, well, this is the mages are in trouble. The rebel mages are in trouble. Fiona is in trouble. Alexius clearly has some kind of dire plan for me. We need to figure out what this is, and stop it, because, the information that she got from Dorian and from Felix, clearly there's something going on, and it also is a potential lead into who or what is behind the breach. So all of that said, I think she is absolutely going to choose the mages, at least to try to figure out that situation. So I think that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead. So yeah. Redcliffe Castle and the mages who could close the breach are under the control of Magister Girion Alexius, a Venatori cultist with an unhealthy interest in Trevelyan and the power to reorder time itself. He has kindly invited Trevelyan to the castle, alone, to negotiate. It's an obvious trap, but Liliana and her agents can infiltrate the castle and remove the Venatori threat while Alexius's attention is diverted. A dangerous game, but it's our best chance. So yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and do In Hushed Whispers.
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a Magister. This cannot be allowed to stand.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
Well, yes. How very nice of him.
Isn't that kind of him? What does Alexius say about me?
He's so complimentary that we are certain he wants to kill you.
No doubt.
Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It has repelled thousands of assaults. If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing these rifts.
It's sweet of you to care, though.
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile foreign power on our doorstep.
Yeah,
Even
that's
if we could assault
concerning.
the keep, it would be for naught. An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would provoke a war. Our hands are tied.
That's
The
true.
Magister...
Has outplayed us.
There must be a way.
We can't just give up. There has to be something we can do.
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
We need another way inside. Can we get some agents in there?
Other than the main gate, there's got to be another way into the castle. A sewer? A watercourse? Something.
There's nothing I know of that would work.
Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle. An escape
Indeed.
route for a family.
And
It's
you
too
would
narrow
know.
for our troops, but we could send agents through.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered well before they reach the Magister.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps the envoy Alexius wants so badly.
Focus their attention on Trevelyan, while we take out the Tevinters.
Yeah.
It's risky, but it could work.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
Oh, hello.
This man says he has information about the Magister and his methods, Commander.
Okay.
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you're going after him, I'm coming along.
All right.
The plan puts you in the most danger. We can't in good conscience order you to do this. We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. It's up to you.
All right. I think Cullen didn't appreciate Dorian barging in on our little war council, but that's okay. No, we're gonna go ahead and do this. So yeah, Cullen, of course, is giving us one last chance to change our mind, but I think we're gonna go ahead and do In Hushed Whispers. So let's go. Incidentally, I have done Champions of the Just, and it is both of these missions are really good, and so like that there is no right or wrong way to go there. They're both excellent missions. So I'm definitely gonna need a rogue. I've got a mage in my party, so I've got a 2-mage party, because Dorian's a required party member. So I got to bring a rogue and a warrior. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring Varric and Cassandra, I believe. Cassandra's a good tank, and I need a rogue, so let's just go with that. And again, like, approval doesn't really matter because the choices I make are going to affect approval whether the character is in my party or not. So that really doesn't factor in when choosing a party all that much. Hello.
Announce us.
The Magister's invitation was for Mistress Trevelyan alone. The rest will wait here.
No, they're my negotiators.
They have to accompany me. You wouldn't deprive me of my attachés, would you?
I know, they're great attachés. Well armed, too. It's good. They're just gonna let us in with full armor and weapons, too. That's awesome. Thanks. I guess I figure they can take out the 3 of us pretty easily. Joke's on you guys. Joke's on you.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again.
Yeah, right.
And your
friends.
Associates, of course.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
Because you simply ooze trust, Alexius.
Of course she trusts you, Alexius. I'm sure lots of people put their lives in your hands. You have one of those faces.
Yes, the Magisterium tells me that so often. Shall we begin our talks? The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
Well, let's talk about time magic.
I'd much rather discuss your time magic.
I'm afraid I have no idea what you mean.
She knows everything, Father.
Felix, what have you done?
Your trap has already failed.
We made sure to disarm your trap before we came in. I hope you don't mind.
I've yet to see your cleverness, I'm afraid. You walked into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in control. You're nothing but a mistake.
What was supposed to happen?
If I'm a mistake, what exactly was the breach supposed to accomplish?
It was to be a triumphant moment for the Elder One. For this world.
Elder One?
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds
crazy
exactly
cultist.
like the sort of villainous cliche everyone expects us to be.
Basically.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part of this. You turned me down. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
Who is the Elder One? The hell are you talking about?
Serve? The one who killed the Divine. Is he a mage?
Soon, he will become a god. He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean to the frozen seas.
Oh, for
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern Mages fight the breach, and let's go home.
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One promised, if I undo the mistake at the temple.
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this woman's life.
Yeah, that's... I told you. I did tell you.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
No!
Oh, shit.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
Okay. Yeah, 2 mages fighting a couple of these guys is really, like, it's, what do I do? I'm squishy and, Right.
Interesting. It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must have moved us to what? The closest confluence of arcane energy?
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall.
Let's see. If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
Oh, really? What? How far?
Did we go forward in time or back, and how far?
Those are excellent questions. We'll have to find out, won't we?
Oh,
Let's look
boy.
around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
Okay, what was supposed to happen?
What was Alexius trying to do?
I believe his original plan was to remove you from time completely.
Oh,
if that
jeez.
happened, you would never have been at the Temple of Sacred Ashes or mangled his Elder One's plan. I think your surprise in the castle hall made him reckless. He tossed us into the rift before he was ready. I counted it. The magic went wild, and here we are. Make sense?
Not really.
It just seems so insane.
I don't even want to think about what this will do to the fabric of the world.
I'm
You didn't
confused.
travel through time so much as punch a hole through it and toss it into the privy. Don't worry. I'm here. I'll protect you.
Oh, well, thanks, Dorian. You're sweet. What about the others?
There were others in the hall. Could they have been drawn through the rift?
I doubt it was large enough to bring the whole room through. Alexius wouldn't risk catching himself or Felix in it. They're probably still where and when we left them. In some sense, anyway.
Oh, God. Do you know this Elder One?
Alexius mentioned an Elder One in the hall. Do you know who he was talking about?
Leader of the Venatori, I suspect. Some magister aspiring to godhood.
Great.
It's the same old tune. Let's play with magic we don't understand. It will make us incredibly powerful. Evidently, it doesn't matter if you rip apart the fabric of time in the process.
Ugh. I really hope you have a plan.
You have a plan to get us back, I hope.
I have some thoughts on that. They're lovely thoughts. like little jewels.
Okay. That's not helpful. But maybe you will be helpful. We'll see. Oh, Dorian, honey. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And let's just give you Immolate for the hell of it. Okay, so that's great. We've apparently been dropped in time somewhere. And it's just me and Dorian, a couple of squishy mages on our own, and that's a lot of red lyrium around. I'm not impressed by this. So I guess we'll have to see what is going on here. Can I get into any of these? No. Okay. Right. Gonna loot everything I find. Actually, I'm gonna go this way because I think the other way is a dead end, if I remember.
Alexius has made a dreadful mess of this place, hasn't he?
I didn't see this part of the castle.
It was covered in the tackiest carvings of wolves and dogs I'd ever seen. This is not an improvement.
Indeed, indeed. Let's actually see. I think I just got you some... Yeah, this is... Oh, it's a level 9. Of course it is. This is the problem with stuff that you find in this game, is that it often has level restrictions, which is annoying as heck. That's why I prefer crafted stuff, if I'm being honest, because crafted stuff doesn't have level restrictions. I might as well just give you this stuff right now. Once we get a little farther in, once I, you know, finish this and presumably get back to the proper time, I'll probably be able to, you know, give him some better gear. For right now, we just got to deal with what we've got. Okay. Yeah, this is bad. This is I assume this is the future, to be honest. This looks pretty obviously like the future to me. Is that staff better than the one you already have? You know, you are... Your igneous staff does pretty good damage. Let's give you the Wrath of Levias, though. Do some ice damage. Lisas. Oh my gosh, it's the elf from Redcliffe Village. Oh my gosh.
My tears are my sins, my sins, my sins. Andraste, guide me, Andraste, guide me.
What happened to you?
What did they do to you?
Andraste blessed me, Andraste blessed me.
Well, this is horrific. I also love the quest text is just find out what happened. Like, okay, that's really specific there, quest text. That's great. I think what I'm gonna do is leave it here, and we'll pick it up next time, and we'll try to find out what happened. As always, if you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode. Later.